You were my hero growing up. I watched all your movies hundreds of times. You were the only one that was nearly as strong as me.
Buddy, you think you look strong? You're wearing a cape. You're just a cheap fucking knockoff.
Oh, no. I'm the upgrade.
At Vought's crime analytics department, Homelander and his team review some surveillance footage and learn that Soldier Boy is still alive. Fearful that Soldier Boy's public resurrection could be the downfall of both Vought and his reputation, Homelander decides that he will personally handle the situation. While Black Noir remains as silent as ever, the news of Soldier Boy's return pushes him to action, as he excises the tracking chip from his arm and leaves Vought Tower in a hurry. Meanwhile, Hughie and Butcher lie low with the wanted Supe at a seedy motel and discuss their partnership. Ultimately, Soldier Boy agrees to help them kill Homelander, as long as they continue to aid him in tracking down the rest of Team Payback. Elsewhere, MM and Starlight chat about Butcher and Hughie's betrayal, and although MM is still upset, he agrees that they must work together to stop Homelander. Before Starlight leaves, MM tells her that Soldier Boy's next targets are the TNT twins, who now live in Vermont. At the hospital, Kimiko worries over Frenchie, as he has yet to return from his coffee break. As she tries to contact him on the phone, she is kidnapped by one of Nina's associates. Back at Vought Tower, A-Train storms into Ashley's office and demands justice for his brother after Blue Hawk's attack. Scoffing at his hypocrisy, she points out that A-Train has literally murdered multiple people in the past and dismisses him, stating that he never cared about accountability until now. In the hallway, Homelander is informed of Black Noir's disappearance by the Deep, who also explains that Soldier Boy is likely headed to the TNT twins. Cowering back to his office on the brink of insanity, he breaks down as he talks to himself in the mirror, vowing to cut out any remnants of his humanity so he can become a superior being. Later, when Starlight, Homelander, and Victoria Newman attend a talk show addressing the explosion in Manhattan, Homelander discredits the media and abruptly ends the interview. Afterward, Victoria and Starlight have a private conversation, and after openly admitting to being the head-popping Supe, she proposes that the two team up and take down Vought together. However, Starlight firmly refuses her offer, stating that she has reached her limit and she is done working with violent criminals. Elsewhere, Kimiko wakes up in an abandoned warehouse, handcuffed to a chair, and sees Shiri in the same predicament. When Nina and her goons arrive with a beaten and bloodied Frenchie, she threatens to execute them both as punishment. Fortunately, Kimiko and Shiri manage to break free, killing their captors as Nina flees. Making the trip to Vermont, Starlight and MM bond during the car ride, and he explains that his OCD began the night that Soldier Boy killed his grandfather. Ever since, he has been plagued by compulsions, fearing that the Supe will return and murder the rest of his family. Arriving at the TNT twins' house, they discover that the annual 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐸 party is underway, where dozens of Supes engage in their wildest and most perverse fantasies. Juiced up on V24, the rest of the boys arrive, and Hughie uses teleportation superpowers to check out the party while Soldier Boy and Butcher wait outside. Inside, Hughie finds A-Train and confronts him about Robin's death, demanding an apology. As things get violent, Starlight intervenes and pulls him aside. But when Soldier Boy arrives, Hughie teleports them both to safety. Back at the house, MM sees Soldier Boy and tries to fight him, but Butcher holds him back. Meanwhile, Soldier Boy confronts the TNT twins, who tell him that it was Black Noir who sold him out to the Russians. Once again triggered by Russian music, Soldier Boy unleashes his rage in a powerful beam of energy, ripping through the house and slaying the TNT twins. When Starlight hears the explosion and tries to head back to help the injured, Hughie tries to stop her, but she resists, throwing him aside with her powers. Back at the house, A-Train finds Blue Hawk and confronts him about his actions at the community center. Exacting justice for his brother, A-Train uses his super speed to kill Blue Hawk, and consequently suffers a heart attack, falling unconscious in the middle of the street. When Homelander finally arrives, he finds Butcher and Soldier Boy inside, and as expected, a fight breaks out. As Homelander and Soldier Boy exchange punches, Starlight comes back to rescue dragging him away from the chaos. Stepping into the fight, Butcher reveals his superpowers and begins to battle Homelander, finally getting a taste of revenge. As the pair duel with equally strong laser blasts, Soldier Boy and Hughie enter the fray, and together, they restrain Homelander. However, just as Soldier Boy prepares to unleash his deadly blast, Homelander struggles away, fleeing into the sky with his tail between his legs. In the aftermath, Hughie, Butcher, and Soldier Boy take their leave, abandoning Starlight and That night, after assisting the wounded, Starlight decides that it's time to speak up. On a social media livestream, she spills the truth to the public, telling millions of viewers that Soldier Boy is alive and was responsible for the explosion in Manhattan. She also reveals that Homelander has grown mad with power and is holding Maeve against her will and calls for her release. Fed up with the anxiety and fear, Starlight wipes her hands of Vought's corruption and quits her job as co-captain of the Seven.